So you could have been getting like deeper sleep than usual lately. Um, like if you're a light sleeper usually, or if you wake up often during the night, there's something about like actually being able to sleep through the whole night, or like it's to the point where you're so lost, I guess, in REM sleep or something, to where in the mornings you feel like you're oversleeping like every day, and maybe you even do oversleep a little bit. Like, um, there's something about like you could be being hard on yourself and like saying like, oh, I was so lazy over like the holiday break or something like that. Or just like there's this overall perception of that you may hold of yourself right now of being like more lazy than you would like to be. But I'm getting that it has nothing to do with laziness. So like you could have also like fallen off of some like good habits for one way or another, like one reason or another. Whether that's like due to fatigue problems, or like literally having a slight injury, like if you had been running regularly or something, and then you like hurt your knee until you're unable to. So before this like tiredness or whatever fully took over, you may have had certain new things come into your life, and I was getting it as like you kind of like undergoing a factory reset. Hold on. It's kind of like, so before, all of your energy and attention and like behavior and stuff were focused on certain like plot lines or storylines in your life, okay? And so maybe something came in that is sort of like leading you down a different path, or like causing you to pivot your attention. Or there's something about like something new came into your life. It could be like a person or a situation or whatever that is requiring you to like, I guess, like reorganize how your energy is distributed throughout your routine and just like general concerns in your life in some way. So it's just like, so I keep getting that like it's a reorganization of your energy. So think of like if you're going in a direction at like 120 miles per hour, and then you turn all of a sudden, obviously that's like, I don't know, notwithstanding that you can get like whiplash, obviously it's safer and easier to sort of like act with precision if you slow down first before you make such a sharp turn. And arguably, if you're making a whole like U-turn, you should probably like stop fully. I mean, it's like the safest way to do it, right? So I'm getting that like your life in general is taking a sharp turn in some direction, like not negative, it's just that like you were going along a certain path, and then like another route open to you, but maybe you have to like basically like do a jersey slide in order to like make your exit in time, type of thing, which is more risky, or it like felt more chaotic. So there's something about like you being intentionally slowed down so that it's like as easy of a transition as possible. And also just like I keep getting that I don't know, it's sort of like your whole like vessel and stuff like that, and your consciousness has been like shut down as much as it possibly can be, so that like spiritually or whatever, I keep getting this, like you're rearranging how much you give your attention to certain things. Like say if you have like an energy bar, if you want to like picture it as like the battery on your phone, and so say like 10% of your energy was going to this, 50% of your energy was going to that, whatever, blah blah blah. So it's like rebalancing how much attention is going to certain things, because I'm getting that like some things don't need as much mental energy as you were giving them anymore. Like also there's like some things in your life that you literally manifested down to a T, like how they will unfold and everything, or even just like your higher self knows how it's going to unfold, and it's all going to be natural. And so you are almost like disturbing the energy by thinking about it too much or trying to exert too much control over it. And so there's something about like, okay, so say for example, like before, I don't know, say like even in the summer and maybe like years prior in your life, you're always, always, always concerned about like finding love one day, and like, oh, will I ever even be able to meet the right person? Like you have to think that like if you were in a phase of your life where a lot of your energy was spent texting your friends about your relationship or dating problems, and that like you spent a lot of mental energy for years and years of your life over like dating drama. Once you like, and then say you like finally met the love of your life who's actually like showing up for you, like your actual person, and you know it's your actual person because they're like their actions are aligning with their words. You don't need to feel confused ever about how they feel about you, okay? But so say like after all those years of spending so much energy and so much of your time like concerned about your love life, or even like disparaging the opposite, your whatever, it doesn't have to be the opposite gender, but like just whoever your people, like individuals of interest are, okay? So if you spent like, I don't know, the past 5 years or even just like since puberty disparaging over these things, and then all of a sudden you have your person that's like, you know, you don't need to think about or worry about that stuff anymore. So a similar thing this could apply to is like, you finally graduated college or whatever, your education, okay, and or like an apprenticeship or whatever, and you like landed the job, and maybe that was like a point of stress for you. Basically, I don't know, some people's parents put that pressure on them from a very young age, so you could have been like plagued about getting a job one day since you were a child, and now you like landed it and everything's like unfolding properly, and so you don't need all that mental energy stressing and worrying and strategizing about how to land something that you have now, okay? And so there's something about like now you may have like experienced this recent dip of like, again, sleeping too much or eating too much even, or like feeling like you were being spiritually blocked from progressing along certain goals, but it was like a strategic pullback almost, so that you could like, it was like a pause so that even subconsciously you're like assessing, okay, where the best uses of my like attention at this time are. And I think that if you kept going as fast as you were before, you wouldn't have like you needed to be like pushed to a point of like extreme rest so that you could even like, I don't know, it's sort of like if you are given a smaller energetic pool to deal with and you are viewing your energy as more precious, then obviously you'll be like, okay, I need to prioritize better, because obviously I need to take advantage of what precious energy I do have. But it's something about like throwing your energy around, even like your mental energy around like superfluously or whatever, was like not helpful to you whatsoever. And it's weird, it's almost like as you start to balance and like retarget your like where you're spending your, I keep getting like mental energy and stuff like that, you will start to feel, I don't know, your overall energy increase, like your vitality and stuff like that, and you'll feel less like blocked. um but it's kind of just like a call for you to rebalance your priorities, as opposed to you disparaging, like, I don't know, I keep hearing that word, like, so you may be being like really hard on yourself about like, oh my god, I'm being so lazy, I'm gonna like lose the things that I just gained. But that's not how that works. And also you're supposed to be like, this is like a restful season anyway. um you know just have to like follow nature, obviously, like the way that like human society has chosen to like evolve or whatever. Like we kind of forget, and it's almost like, I don't know, it's like we have the most social events in close proximity to each other, like the biggest ones or like big family ones in quick succession, during a season where we're technically supposed to be like chilling the most. I'm not going to get into how I think that that's like, oh, that's a conspiracy, so that we're like off balance energetically, and like, it's sort of like the same. I think of it as like, how it's considered like abusive if somebody was to every day like wake you up by making a lot of noise, to like intentionally disturb your sleep. So I kind of think of it as that's happening on like a wider societal level. So like literally, if you feel the need to rest right now, you're supposed to be resting more during this season. So don't feel bad. Stop being so hard on yourself. Especially if you had parents that were like, oh, if you like wanted to sleep in a weekend, then you were like lazy and terrible or whatever. So you just have to sort of like radically reject that narrative or like that internal monologue that has been projected upon you, and like it's good for you to rest, and there's always a reason why you're doing it. Obviously, if you're concerned about it, go see a doctor, but if they find nothing wrong, then it's just like a natural rebalancing of your energy is what I was getting.